At this moment, police have not released the name of the suspect they've been questioning. Metro Council President David James, who's also one of Greenberg's very close friends, says he talked to Greenberg shortly after the incident, and James told us that Greenberg did not recognize the shooter. The former LMPD officer, though, says he could quickly tell it was a targeted attack.
In order to go to his office, you actually have to know where that office is and find your way up the elevator and then know where to go to the office. And so it wasn't just like somebody walked in off the street and randomly did something. This was very intentional.
Again, James getting one of the very first phone calls from Greenberg today. While nothing has been said about who did this, here's more information about the events and how it played out this morning. Grace McKenna talked with police and nearby businesses. Grace, what are you hearing tonight?
Well, Doug, LMPD officers were here at Butchertown Market for most of the day today while they investigated what happened. You can see all of the cars driving beside me. The roads are back open now, but earlier neighbors tell me that the reaction was like nothing they've ever seen here before. A quiet Valentine's morning in Butchertown quickly deafened with sirens and helicopters as LMPD responded to an active aggressor at Butchertown Market.
We consider ourselves very fortunate today.
Officers cleared the building. The target, mayoral candidate Craig Greenberg, with multiple shots fired. No one was hurt, though Chief Shields said one was a near miss.
It does appear as though a round did strike a piece of his clothing.
At nearby Copper and Kings, Daniel Van Dyke was in the middle of a private Valentine's tour.
Got on the Facebook for the LMPD scanner group and realized that the person had been apprehended before we were even finished with the tour.
Van Dyke said luckily the distillery was slow, but other businesses pick up during the daytime hours, some keeping employees and guests inside until the threat cleared.
All of a sudden you have a lot of people who need to be accounted for and a lot of people who park either in this parking lot or along the streets.
Shields said officers quickly detained a suspect outside of Butchertown Market, though she didn't identify the person. And as for a motive,
Mr. Greenberg is Jewish, so there's that. We don't know if it's tied to the candidate, political, or if it's just, are we dealing with someone who has mental issues or is venomous? I don't know.
By Monday afternoon, roads and shops were back to business.
There's not really sure how you would prepare for something like this. Probably does need to be a conversation that's had.
The morning chaos shifting the mindset in a popular and bustling neighborhood. Doug, LMPD says they do believe that the suspect acted alone in this. They will be continuing to investigate any possible motives. And of course, we expect the identification of that suspect to come as early as this evening. Live in Louisville, Grace McKenna, WHAS 11 on your side.
Grace, thank you. Craig Greenberg, one of several candidates for mayor. Here's more information about him. He's 48 years old, was born in New York, but has lived in Louisville since second grade. He graduated from Ballard High School and then Harvard Law School. He helped start the 21C Museum hotel chain, which is based in Louisville. He was part of a team of philanthropists who also saved historic Whiskey Row from demolition. Greenberg is currently the co-owner of Ohio Valley Wrestling with Kentucky Sports Radio founder Matt Jones. Greenberg is married and has 2 sons.